Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for January 24th through 28th. Something happened where the floodgates opened and we got a ton of emails and messages this week.
Woohoo!
But not for any particular reason. So, yay. I mean, we absolutely love everyone reaching out to us and everything. There's still a lot that we have to get through, so I apologize for a little delay on that. One thing to keep in mind, we don't always necessarily watch the show the day of, though.
Right.
So sometimes we also don't read emails as they come in, just in case there's something that we didn't know was going to happen because...
Right, because this week it was really Friday that opened up everything for you. So if you wouldn't have watched Friday on Friday and read an email, you'd have got a lot of information.
So we did have an email based on Liz and Finn's conversation from last week.
Okay.
That neither of us caught up on. And yet we claim to remember I especially claim to remember the day that Liz came on.
Okay.
Liz said that her parents basically just dumped her off.
Right.
Was kind of like the impression. But Sherry F. said, Liz tells Finn her parents sent her to live with her grandma when they were out of the country. That's not true. She was staying with a family friend while Sarah went to help their grandma. Liz ran away.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. Liz did run away.
Right, because Sarah was kind of like, what the heck are you doing here?
Exactly, and went to her grandma's, and then grandma called and told Liz's parents she was there and that she was staying. So I don't want them to erase Liz's bad girl.
I don't want them to erase it, but maybe, I feel like we talked about part of this before, maybe Liz isn't telling Finn those things because she doesn't want to remind him that she has a past that's not always the best.
She has 3 children, though.
I feel like he wouldn't care that as a teenager she ran away from home or whatever, but maybe they're newly dating.
But all she has to do is tell the background about her and Xander,
but she hasn't told him that. She's got 3 kids.
Right. But I thought that was just funny because I kind of always forget that little aspect that,
sometimes you don't give details unless people ask. So that's where Liz is sticking with her information. It wasn't an outright lie. She came here and stayed.
Omissions can still be
while her parents were out of state.
Right. I mean, that's something you get into.
It's not like
a
she
little bit
committed
later.
Murder in her state and was fleeing the authorities or something to come here. She wanted to be with her
smoking
sister.
some cigarettes.
Exactly.
I don't think she even wanted to be with Sarah. She just didn't want to be at the friends. We're going to have to go back and watch.
Let's call Liz up and ask her, what were you thinking?
So you had sent me a little tidbit that Jennifer Smith, the actress who portrayed Jennifer Smith, Holly, according to IMDb, is Gagne.
Okay.
So we were kind of right.
Right. We're talking about our hair care products.
Yes.
We're on the right page.
What you had sent me was that she's an on-set coach for kids.
Mm-hmm.
However,
what did it tell you?
According to IMDb and everything, it said she is the most proud of her mentorship program where she guides young actors in their career path. And it's listed that she is on staff for the Playhouse West, and she's known as one of the top private coaches in LA.
Oh, okay.
So, yes-ish, that was true.
Right. It was one of those articles where other people commented on it. It wasn't in the article. Other people commented that she was one of the handlers or whatever for the kids on staff.
So her role, what she does professionally is she is a professional coach for young actors.
Okay.
I creeped on her Instagram.
Of course you did.
And her clients are Nicholas Chavez, who plays Spencer, Sophia Matson, Sasha, Caitlin McMullen, Willow, Ava and Grace Scarola, who's Avery, and Marcus Coloma, who's not a child, but he was a younger actor, who plays Nicholas. So she has outside clients, so she's not exclusive to General Hospital.
Okay.
However, that's still pretty darn amazing. And little fun fact, she was one of Joey's sisters on Friends.
Oh, you're so cute.
It said it in her thing. Her Instagram account straight says, as in her about me, like in the
introduction. Yeah.
Yeah. In the little notes that you get like 3 things to write on. Mom, actor, director, acting coach to the stars. You're probably watching my clients every day on TV and film. And yes, I was one of Joey's crazy sisters on Friends.
I like that.
But she posts like every time. So like when Caitlin McMullen got nominated for Emmys,
nice.
or she'll announce when they've made it onto General Hospital. Like she posted the day that Marcus Coloma. Very excited she finally gets to post. So she's definitely very entrenched in the industry and everything. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool because I like that you gave me the little rabbit hole and I went down it and found a whole little nest of info.
You're welcome for giving you more things to rabbit hole on. Like you need them.
People wonder how I know random things. This is how.
Right.
I research.
We need to start going to random trivia nights because you would win.
One of the local restaurants that recently closed used to have Name That Tune on Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
I killed that thing. Killed it.
I would not be good at that.
So I guess we could just kind of stick with Jennifer Smith to get started then, because she was really only on Monday anyway.
Yes.
Kind of bummed about that.
I just loved the way she was talking to Laura about their husband and why didn't someone call me? And the whole time Laura's looking at her like, you're just as crazy as you were back then. This is not how this goes.
It was over 40 years ago and she's still asking Laura how she was able to gain closure.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think of her apology to Laura? I'm sorry that I caused you so many issues and
no.
Sorry, my dad tried to have you killed.
Exactly.
You
sorry that my dad blackmailed Luke into marrying me and you had to run off and hide for how long because of all of that. Yeah. No, her apology was nothing.
But she straight up asked her, are you in Cyrus's territory?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think so. That would make sense.
But who's she talking to? Because the person that she's talking to, it needs to get well. Cyrus is not ill.
Oh.
Who's not well enough? Who's not strong enough?
Did she say well or she
said strong? I wrote someone who will get strong enough. And so if I wrote that down, that means I was as I was. So we're going to go with strong.
So I took it the other way as strong, like build up your minions before you can come in. Not wellness strong.
Oh, I took physical strong. Okay.
Minions. That's a fun word.
It is.
But yes, to build up whoever is going to back them.
Okay. So you think that it was Cyrus, but how was she talking to him? If
you think he doesn't have a phone in there?
I don't know.
Yes. He has a cell phone in there or a guard that hands it off to him whenever it rings or something. He has a way of keeping in touch with the outside world.
So you think that Cyrus has contacted and has been working with Jennifer Smith?
Yes.
To take over.
Yeah, I mean, she said it herself. 5 families, but there's not 5 families. So who are these other people? Which I thought was hysterical.
And Laura immediately turning around to Spencer. Okay, you can leave. And he's like, grandmother. And she's like, go.
No, get out. You don't need to hear this. So yeah, I think that Cyrus wants back the territory, but wants even more. And that Jennifer can work with him to help get him there by having that information that, no, it doesn't sound like there's anyone else around.
So we actually are getting started on researching the Asian Quarter. I know that we've been saying we're going to do it. We legit are. However, we discovered that we actually have to talk about the Aztec princess first.
I can't wait.
So we are starting the research. It's not going to be released until end of February, early March, but we are going to be talking about the Aztec princess and the Asian Quarter. So please, 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 please email us, put in the subject line Aztec princess, Asian Quarter, whatever. That way we know it pertains to that.
Mm-hmm. That would be awesome.
Please, please, please fill us in on favorite memories, things like that, so that would make sense then because you had said you think it would be Frank Smith's people coming in.
Yes.
I don't know the answer to this. I'm assuming, given the timeline, that with the Asian Quarter storyline, there would have been a crossover with Frank Smith, right? Like based on...
I believe so, but I'm not going to swear to that.
Okay. So it would make sense that it gets re-upped.
Sure.
Now? Okay.
I'm going with it.
But Cyrus is backing, but why?
I don't think that they're necessarily going to be in cahoots together like they're both taking over together. I feel like she was doing him a favor by asking the questions. And so now he knows he can come back and take over.
Okay, but what happened to Laura's deputy mayor?
I don't know.
Okay, so we all love my charts.
Oh, no. Here's a flow chart.
But so we have Cyrus, and we have Jennifer.
Yep.
And we have Deputy Mayor.
Mm-hmm. And Deputy Mayor was definitely working.
And Victor. These two are definitely together. Now you're questioning these two. Is there a chance that Deputy Mayor and Victor are partnering up against Cyrus and Jennifer? Or are the four of them all in this together? I don't think she's real. I think that she's just like a little mole, the Deputy Mayor to Victor.
I don't think Victor and Cyrus are working together.
Okay. So they are not connected. They are just, but then that still leaves one seat.
I was going to say, it's not like
there's enough room at the table.
At the 5 family table.
So we need 4. I mean, it's not like musical chairs.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it kind of is because they just, instead of going over to the side, they just blow up instead.
Well, Joey, what's his name?
Novak.
So it could be Sonny, Novak, Woo, Cyrus.
But no,
not Vic.
Novak got pushed out though.
He got pushed out, but maybe he's going to come back strong.
Maybe that's who Jennifer's talking to.
I was going to sing some Britney for you, but I can't sing.
God.
No, thank you. I think I said it like the way I said the word stronger. It's a Britney.
Okay. So now, but that would make sense because Joey got beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
there you go. That'll work with you're stronger. See?
Okay, so Novak.
I just solved your riddle for you.
But that would also make sense because they would have already had ties together. So maybe they grew up together at the sandbox and they're like, our dads don't like us.
Yeah.
We should choose them. One day we will rule.
Okay, Shannon's voice there might have been as bad as my stronger singing would have been, so I apologize.
Okay. Ooh. So then there's Cyrus. So there's 3. So what are we fighting over? Because that's all 3 seats.
Right.
So Novak and Jennifer, the Deputy Mayor is just helping Victor. So she's kind of like down here. She's not really parallel with him, I don't think.
I don't know that I believe Victor wants to be part of this, though, of the 5 families.
Oh, okay. So you think it's just, well, that's still only 2.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. Pull up a seat.
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing
people in sandboxes.
Cyrus is sitting over by himself.
You are ridiculous.
Oh, Martin calling Laura baby sister, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
That was cute. I liked Martin this week because he went from talking to Laura to quitting working for Peter.
Yep. So I don't think that, I mean, obviously now he's working for Valentine, but my thought of him knowingly going after Peter on behalf of Valentine wasn't working out.
Yes.
However, everyone put it together this week.
They did. I hate when they all do it at the exact same time, though. I feel like that's not very real lifey. I at least want to know a day before everyone else knows. I wouldn't be slick and be like, but I figured it out first. They had everybody figure it out at the same time. And that nurse was just stupid. Let me pull up this record and then, oh, gee, turn around and walk away. Ridiculous.
Right. Can't believe that the way that they found out was through the sonogram. Oh, Valentine and the sonogram just fell out of his wallet.
When he said to Victor, can I trust you with something? I was screaming at my TV, don't you dare tell him. I know he already had his suspicions and was figuring this stuff out, but don't you dare tell him.
And why would he trust him to give it to Anna?
Exactly.
Be like, no, I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this and give it to, my darling.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't like any of that. And where is Victor taking him?
I don't know.
Did you cry when he?
I was kind of mad at him. Or he's like, be careful, that's my son.
Right.
Maybe we don't chloroform our sons.
Be careful, that's my son that I just drugged and am having you throw in the backseat of my car.
What kind of car was that?
I don't know.
I actually thought it was a Mazda. They had the logo blacked out, but
I don't know, but I thought it was cool how it all folded up like that.
I know, but I'm like, that's great product placement, but at the same time,
if I can't tell what product it is, I don't know what to go buy.
But should they really be advertising that, hey, by the way, you can fit a 6'2" man?
Yes.
Chloroformed.
I'm joking. No, but that would be funny to see a commercial. You can even fit a whole body in here.
Hey, James Patrick Stewart, what do you think? How tall is he?
I don't know. You're the one who's in love with the man. Shouldn't you know how tall he is?
He's not 5'11". I'm sorry. He's taller than that.
I think so, too.
Oh, more than one place says 5'11".
He must have some good shoes then. He looks taller.
Okay. So, yeah.
No, I'd have definitely thought taller. Just get to wear baby heels with him then.
I don't care about that. I wear heels if I want to. I actually dated a guy that was short and I was not allowed to. Uh-huh.
No, that's not good. He should be secure enough in his manhood that you can be taller than him. I have a friend that's like
I also wasn't
6'1".
allowed to get my master's degree because I was trying to one-up him because he didn't have it. Yeah.
No, I have a friend that is like 6'1" and her husband is like 5'10", and it is like the sexiest thing ever because he's like, yeah, that's my hot wife. She's tall, beautiful. I know.
Right.
Like, I looked into it. So.
Nothing wrong there.
Exactly.
What's next?
I don't know. I feel like the whole week was just baby drama till we got to Friday to figure out the baby drama. Oh, I liked Brooklyn not talking about the baby drama, but her in the yoga studio with Carly and Ava.
In the background.
So funny. She's just like making her side comments and giving like very Brooklyn-ish. I liked it.
Yes. All the facial expressions and everything.
Yes. And I'm glad that Carly put Ava in her place when Ava's like, if you needed somewhere to pawn her off, you could have brought her over to my house. Why is she going to Bobby's? You should be grateful that Bobby views her as her granddaughter and wants to have the same experience.
She did lay off when her first instinct was, if your kids were being like not your custody and you found out
on his weekend, if he chooses to take the kids and let them have a sleepover at their grandma's house,
right,
then that is his choice with his time. I'm assuming that it was Sonny's weekend because they were talking about a couple days ago and Ava said she'd see her this weekend or in a couple days from now time. So yeah, she's allowed to go spend a night at her grandma's. If it was a week, okay, yeah, sure, you should have said something. But an overnight, it wasn't even an overnight like we had a date and we needed someone to watch her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma asked for a sleepover with both girls.
Right.
Yes, she can go. Be happy that she's treated like that. And then I really loved whenever she was like, Bobby kind of needed it because, Luke. And then Ava was like, oh, sorry. Now I do feel like a jerk.
But I liked the entire scene because I could understand Ava's being upset. I'm not saying like, because you're right. Like when my ex has the kids, like that's his prerogative.
I will get mad if my ex takes the kids and then asks for them for an extended period of time. And then I find out they're left with like a babysitter or they're left home alone for an extended amount of time. I'm like, really? Why did you need to take them? I could have kept them. But time with other family members, no, don't question it.
I think Ava was just like, I can take my daughter on days that aren't, quote, mine. I think she was just upset that she wasn't seen as an option for helping. But I liked that Carly said, your custody issue is not mine.
Right. Talk to Sonny.
I like that she is staying. I don't think that I'm explaining very well my thought process. But
no, I get what you're saying, that as the other parent, you want to be treated equally, no matter what the custody arrangement is. And I get that. And I would agree with the majority of circumstances, except for in this type of thing, where why would you exclude Avery from a fun sleepover with her grandma and her sister?
But that's not what...
To go with Ava.
But that's not how it was perceived by Ava.
Right. Because she
took it... But she took it as... neither of you can be caring for.
Right.
Not that Bobby asked. As soon as she had that information, her opinion changed.
Yes.
So it's just all based on the information that is known.
I still feel like she should trust Carly enough to know that Carly's not letting it interfere. I've said this like a couple thousand times lately. You were going to give her your daughter while you skip town. You must trust the woman. So do you think Sasha's going to have like a breakdown soon? How much longer?
I don't know. I liked how Carly was like, okay, I understand you're grieving the way that you need to. However, you're going to hit a wall.
Yeah. You can't just be perfectly fine with everything. And I like that Brando went for help.
Mm-hmm.
He took TJ's advice and was like, yeah, I need to talk to somebody.
And ran into Sonny, thankfully.
Yes.
Because Sonny was on his way out the door.
He was. Well, that's what I didn't understand. I know that he told Nina to leave, but considering Nina is such a busybody in his life any other time, why wouldn't she stand out in the hallway, like out of his vision, on those handy-dandy benches that are right there that they ended up sitting on, and watch the room? So if he wanted to leave, she could be like, hey, buddy.
And Sonny was on the 8th floor, which is the psychiatric ward.
Woohoo! Good job, flooring it.
I liked Deanna being like, when Sonny's like, am I going to live? And she's like, that's above my pay grade. I'm sorry.
Can't help you.
I'm pretty sure a nurse can at least say yes. I don't know.
It's kind of like with
it was a joke, but.
It was a joke, but maybe it is part of that, like the, sonogram person, stenographer, can't tell you that everything's fine, even though they're looking at your baby? Is that the right word? That's not
No,
the
a
right word.
stenographer is who types in the...
I'm making the motion. I am not saying the right word. What is it? Just ultrasound tech? That sounds like not medical enough.
I think that's...
Okay. Anyway, not the stenographer.
You're okay? You're like bouncing your legs like crazy.
Oh, sorry. That's like a nervous thing I do. Not a stenographer. I don't know. A stenographer, because we're not in the courtroom. But the ultrasound tech, like they can't tell you that everything's okay. Or when you break your bone, they
stenographer.
There you go. See, I was so close.
You were very close.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe it was.
Yeah, they have to get the.
Why she was like, yep, can't answer that. Sorry.
Speaking of talking to the correct type of medical professional, Victor completely dismissing the fact that Britt is an OBGYN to ask Austin his opinions on a sonogram.
Yep.
Okay.
That's just what happened.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe he just knew that Austin was shadier.
I don't think Austin's shady.
He comes off shadier.
I think he's naive.
Okay. That could be, but he comes off shadier than Britt does. Because Britt is already going to be red flagging baby stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But he asked right in front of her. So, I mean, she already is aware of.
But maybe when she looked at it, she would have been like, I know what baby that is.
So, Britt and Austin had a great scene at the Metro Court.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing a little bit back and forth. However.
I'm
not happy.
Why aren't you happy?
At all.
Oh,
because they were Austin was supposed to also be autistic. Show that an adult, because highly underrepresented, can have a successful career and a love life. Whereas the way that they're making it sound is Jonah is, at least as far as I know, I don't know if Austin has another brother. Because Jonah is Charity's son so it would be Jimmy Lee Holt's, quote, stepson. Therefore, Austin's big brother. He didn't identify which brother, so they very well could have had a brother together or had a son together. That's Austin's brother. However, just based on the information we have, I'm assuming Jonah.
Okay.
Based on the way that Austin said it, I feel like it's the stereotypical, he's not able to live independently. He's...
Right. The way he said it made it sound like he was in a facility somewhere.
Right. So I'm very disappointed in that. At first, when Britt said, why are you so vested in it and everything? And I did like the fact that he was like, because that's his story. Did he say Jonah? Or did he just say my brother?
I think he just said my brother.
Okay. Like, that's his story to share, like the privacy. And what if you had something in your family, right? And she totally does.
Yeah.
But I'm very disappointed in that. I was really, really, really hoping that we were going to get that. And I know that we have an amazing storyline going on with Leo right now. It just would have been great to have that be a mirror of, and look at the future that Leo can look forward to.
Or even if, and maybe it'll come out later, if he would have said, I watched the struggle that my brother went through, and he is now a...
Yes. Okay.
Different type of
Maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit.
So we got to give him a little more time to fill in some details, but I'm hoping, you're right, the way he said it on Friday made it sound like my poor brother, he's in some type of institution,
quality of life and
whatever. Yeah, which is not the picture that they should be painting. So hopefully they'll develop this character, even if it's only off screen, to live more of a full life.
Okay.
And that's why maybe his brother didn't get help until he was older. And so it took him longer to achieve his goals. And that's why he was so set on getting Leo a diagnosis now.
Early intervention.
So that he did not lag behind.
Yep. Well, yeah, because I mean, he's of the age that I could give an entire history lesson on all this, but I'm not going to. However, the diagnosis has changed. And when it was first identified, it was basically parallel to schizophrenia. So I've always said, because people are always like, why is there an uptick in diagnosis, blah, 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 blah. And I said, it's like a box of crayons. You know, when Crayola released their first box of crayons, there was 8 colors, red, blue, green, yellow, black, white, orange. I don't know. However, every single person in the world that can see color would go outside and know that blue crayon is not the color blue in the sky.
Right.
We now have over 200 something different crayons. And no one is arguing that Crayola has correctly identified the makeup of the sky blue crayon. And I'm not just saying Crayola, because there are other crayon companies out there.
Right.
But professionals have been able to more accurately identify different needs that all fall under the umbrella, that all fall in the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been able to get the help that they need for their specific needs. It's no longer just pigeonholed into this one little thing. So that is why there is an increase in, a quote, increase in diagnosis. Don't even get me started on the fact that for decades and decades, and I think even up until it was I want to say it was like the 1950s. It could have actually been as late as the 1970s, that there were some cities that had, quote, ugly laws, that if you had a physical
mouth,
I don't want to say deformity, but like something that did not fit the standard, you were not legally allowed to leave your house. When people were coming into this country, they were separated from their families if they had a disability. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can learn on.
Right.
This is why we didn't, and they were institutionalized. And now, okay, not going to go the whole way on my soapbox, but that's your little mini lesson. And why I feel so passionately about, what they're
having
doing.
Proper representation. Yes.
Right. But I guess it would make sense that if Jonah would have been a child in the 70s,
he would not have had treatment then.
He wouldn't have had treatment then because they didn't know to.
Right. So yeah.
Not that way.
No matter how they had written the story, we just wrote it in a better direction. Let's go that way. I'm going to give them time to fix it. Not that he specifically said anything, but yes, his tone was like, meh. So
back to General Hospital. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
I did like that Britt said about how neurodiversity awareness is so important. So I guess we could just go over to Leo.
Right. They were all in the Metro Court. Leo found out they're having the renewal of their vows. And I liked how confused he was by that. Like, why?
Right.
Thank you, Leo. You're right. Why? And then the adoption, I liked how blunt he was about all of that too. Like, sure, not my dad. Oh, okay. You want to be my dad? Sure.
And I thought that how Ned shared that information, he's like, yes, Julian is always going to be your dad. Cause I like that they're not erasing Julian.
Right.
Thank you. But so excited that Brooklyn's going to be his sister.
Yes.
Like this, that's what won him in.
Right.
The second they were like, so Brooklyn will actually be your sister now. He's like, sold.
Yes. You can go ahead and do that. That was very cute.
And I liked how Ned thanked Austin. And I appreciate the fact that Austin was a little bit weary.
Mm-hmm.
And was like, yeah, no, I'm not totally buying this right now. But I think that Ned's actually going to try to do right by him.
Absolutely. He has a lot to be thankful for.
Mm-hmm. And Olivia apologizing to Leo just broke my heart.
Yeah.
That's,
All right, I'll jump to the exciting stuff. Because Kristina saying to Sam what we've all been thinking for the past how many months. No, I don't really need you or think that you need to be interfering in Mom's life. How would you have felt if we would have interfered on the fact that you're dating my brother when you're my sister?
Just how confused Sam's face was at first when she said something about, because what Kristina said was something like, you could be seen as controversial yourself. And she's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And she's like, I don't know. The fact that you and Dante I'm both of your sister.
Right. That was so funny.
So
yeah, Sam did some good acting, or the actress did some good acting there, because that face was sincerely like, huh? I'm not with Jason anymore. Why are you questioning me? No.
Because you're sleeping with my brother, who's also, and I'm also your sister.
Yeah.
I love that she addressed the fact that she's not okay with her doing things on her behalf too, because I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
That is like,
and I feel like that's a no-brainer. All of the Davis girls are very strong-minded. Not that if you're not strong-minded, you need someone speaking for you, but strong-minded women, like all of them are, do not want anyone speaking on their behalf. And even Alexis, she has her issues, but she can make her own friends. Like, they've already talked about the whole big picture of it all.
Well, and I like that they finally remembered, this is Kristina's storyline.
Right. Let's take it back to her. That's what it started with. Sam only got involved because she was trying to save Kristina.
Right. And that's where Kristina was like, yeah, not a fan of that. Like, stay out of Mom's business, stay out of my business. If I want to have an issue with it, let me have an issue with it.
Right.
Don't have an issue with it and say that it's because of me.
Right.
Like, no, own your own
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, one major issue with this entire scene. She used the same spoon to take the olives out after she had just taken out the cherries.
Oh, I didn't notice
it was
that.
It was the first thing. I was like, I was like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. She did it. But then also, so we posted on Instagram the picture of screen grab of Kristina dropping the truth on Sam.
Mm-hmm.
That she should have realized. And Bug Life 32 on Instagram pointed out, it's interesting that there has been so much about Sam and Dante, but Liz and Franco shared a brother, Steve and Lars.
Oh.
A little less awkward, yes, since Steve hasn't been on the canvas and Liz and Franco haven't known that fact for years, but it's the same dynamic, and it absolutely is.
Well, that's just gross too. Thanks for making more stuff gross for me.
I mean, I do think that on paper, it is 100% the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I hadn't
for that. Maybe, like I said, I don't really like the same grossness factor, but thanks.
Hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Go somewhere else so we can get off that yuck factor.
So when Felicia was at Charlie's and said, Charlie's where everything is fine, I started singing Cheers in my head and started making like a song.
Okay.
I'm not going to sing it now.
Oh, come on.
No.
Songs with Amanda and Shannon.
Our CD comes out. Our CD. Do they even release CDs anymore?
I don't know, but please quit dating us by saying that.
You can get our new cassette single, B-side.
Specialty stores have our 8-track. What the heck?
Remember that was the best though when you bought the song's single and you're like, but the song on the B-side is like so much better. And then it was the next song and you're like, oh, the next song that was released, you're like, I already have it.
Yes.
Or it was the worst song and you're like, I'm never listening to this band again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Val and I still fight about $12 she owes me for buying a complete tape when only the single was the right song.
Okay.
Never gonna let it go.
What was it?
No, because I don't want to bash the band, but I was like,
oh, okay. So it's not a good,
it's
not like you bought Janet Jackson's
No.
Rhythm Nation album.
No.
You were only meant to buy.
It was kind of like a one-hit wonder band, but we both liked this song, and I was like 12, 13, and I was like, oh, it's such a good song. You should buy their CD. Well, it wasn't CD. Buy their cassette at that point in time because it's also good. And she was like, oh, I don't have money. Well, she totally did because she was like 18, but whatever. So she convinced me to spend my own $12 on the cassette. And then the only good song on the whole cassette was that one song. I could have totally bought the single and been okay. So every time that we're like,
but you didn't know that.
I know, but it still makes me mad.
It could have
Anytime we're divvying up like a bill or something, I'm like, plus $12 that you owe me for a cassette. So I won't forget. Anyway.
So going back to Charlie.
Yes. They need a jukebox at Charlie's. So we can incorporate all these songs into it that way.
They do. Oh my gosh. How amazing would that be if they had like the tunes thing that you can get on the app on your phone?
Yeah.
And we could buy a song to be playing in the background.
That would be so cool. They'd have to keep it turned down low so it didn't go over the actors, but that would be so cool.
Okay. So.
Or they could do like a poll, like, we're going to have this scene. Who wants what song? And then they could pick the best song and do like a contest.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Back to Ashley. What's happening? Go ahead.
So Maxie asking Felicia to lay off, asking about Austin. And then this is where I started to get even more upset about the fact that Austin is not autistic, because I started to think about how great it would be if he and Maxie get together and it would really show, because she used to be pretty self-centered.
Right.
You know, like this would show so much for her growth. I don't know.
I'm sorry that they're not writing it the way you want.
I know. But they kissed.
But they only kissed to distract him so that he wouldn't keep thinking. And that wasn't fair. Because now it's going to like jinx the whole relationship. Because eventually he's going to come back to that and think, oh yeah, you only kissed me. So I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no. I want them to have a real kiss. And Felicia standing there like demanding, what did I just fuck up on? None of your business,
right. Yeah, I'm
mother.
not 12, Mom.
Thanks.
I'm a grown woman. I've had 3 kids. I can kiss somebody if I want to.
Exactly.
In the middle of the woods.
And I don't have to disclose it to you just because you demand the answer.
Right.
Felicia. Speaking of Maxie, her being so sad that Bailey wouldn't calm down for her, I felt bad.
I know. That was heartbreaking.
That poor little girl, when she does finally go back, I don't know how we're going to handle that. She's going to want Brooklyn like she did the other day.
Yeah.
I'm sad for her.
Although later at the end of the week, she was so cute when she was like, when she was on screen and I'm like, that baby is about ready to pass out. And then the next scene, boom.
Yes.
She was totally out.
She was so cute in the scene with Chase when she kept putting her arms up next to her head. I was like, I just want to pick her up. Just want to pick her up and snuggle her.
So Valentine started putting it together because Martin let him know that
the birth certificate hasn't been changed.
Yeah. Which I liked that. But then to also have Victor finding out at the same time, I was like, no. And he's right, because when he went to Chase with that information, why wasn't he more upset about it?
Right, exactly. Although I don't know, how long has it supposed to have been that Chase has been Bailey's dad?
He asked Martin that question, and he's like, it's a very simple, they said they had proof. So therefore, it should have been like, oops, I made a mistake.
Okay.
Here's the test. Let's fix this. Granted, you wouldn't have the new document yet, probably.
Right.
But it would at least
official system.
Right. I would imagine it would be the same as any other. I don't know.
Simple oversight. I would have believed that. I don't know. I liked that Brooklyn was like, yeah, he was totally talking about Maxie. Peter was totally talking about Maxie when he said she looks just like her mother. And Chase is like, no, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not.
Number one reason. Bailey has blue eyes. Maxie has blue eyes. Brooklyn does not have blue eyes.
She does not.
And we know that there's some kind of genetic where that doesn't matter, but
in most cases, yeah.
Saying that she looks just like mom to a little fair-haired, blue-eyed baby when Brooklyn is very Italian.
Yeah. I like that Valentine was smart and asked the blood type too. Like, in case I need to seal the deal, what's her blood type? Okay.
And Victor told Peter about Louise being Bailey.
And Victor didn't give up the info. Or Peter didn't give up the info.
No.
Just like you thought. Dummy.
And I saw a lot of people commenting on this about Peter's voice changing. Did you pick up on that?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh my gosh. It got so creepy. I think he was like stepping into like Faison land.
Oh. I wasn't paying attention.
Like he's channeling his inner, because he didn't have it on Friday, but there was a point on, it was like he was mad. And I was like, oh, he's starting to sound a little bit like Faison. Oh. Like, is he going to fully go to that side?
Did your husband come running into the room?
No.
He didn't hear it.
He didn't come in and go, is that Faison?
That sounded a bit like Faison. What are you watching? Do you have anything else besides the Sonny stuff?
Well, we have the Sonny stuff and then we have the cabin stuff. So let's get started with, I loved how Britt talked Nina through it.
Yes.
Was that?
Yeah, it was hard for me to watch because we've discussed this before. My daughter's bipolar, so it was hard to watch the mania taking over. Like when he came in from outside and hadn't had gloves on and his hands were like, I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's totally true to life. So that was hard to watch. But the fact that Nina didn't leave him alone, but left him alone was good that first day anyway. Mm-hmm. And then whenever she talked to Britt and was just like, okay, what do I do? And Britt kind of talked her through, you have to get him to come to the realization. You cannot keep yelling at him about it. That was perfect.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I felt like they did a really good job with all of it. I mean, not surprising, obviously. Mm-hmm. Maurice knows how to play it, but Nina did a great job with her reactions to everything.
I know that she's going to wind up blaming Carly on why Carly didn't find out about this information.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, no, at some point you can smack her and say, listen to me, your husband's in the hospital. He needs you. But that's where I was confused. At what point did she, like, how long of a wait period is that class? Because Carly had been in there for quite some time.
Right.
Meanwhile, Nina was in the process of helping Sonny through his manic episode, getting him to the hospital, and then had time to change.
Right. And suddenly was like, oh, you don't want me to stay here while you get your meds? Okay, I'm going to take a yoga class. What?
Even if Carly had just been sitting there from, let's say, the second that Sonny walked through the doors, that was still too much time.
Yeah, their timing was not working there. But I'm glad that Sonny ended up staying. Like we said, he got sidetracked with Brando, so hopefully he will get on his meds and things will get somewhat better.
I liked Monica consoling him, too.
Yes.
I thought that was really sweet. And Monica had a lot of little things going on this week.
She's a smart woman with good friendships that she's kept, apparently.
So Yuri said to her Thanks, beauty.
Oh.
Yep.
I was very excited when Valentine said, oh, I need to talk to Yuri and see what's up. Yes, talk to him, please. Never mind seeing him.
I'm just glad that he's back. Yay.
Yes. I don't know how much of a need they're going to have for him if it all comes out, but we will see. So then does that just leave the cabin?
Yeah. So Esme had tramadol, which is an opioid.
Okay.
I love that they remembered Spencer's accident because that is what excused Laura
for all that
from
time.
being gone from Port Charles for a while.
Yes.
I don't like that she drugged her and alcohol. I mean, I'm not saying that one or the other is, but do you think that she actually put alcohol in Trina's cup?
Yeah. I think so. Trina, I think that they all had them, and then she picked whatever color and put the drug in it.
I don't think that she should have drugged her at all.
Right. You should not drug anyone ever, just like teenagers should not be drinking. But if it's going to happen, you shouldn't be mixing drugs and alcohol together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That whole game was just dumb that I feel like Jocelyn would have been able to redirect it somewhere else. I feel like you could tell from the beginning that it was going to target Trina because Esme's first question was, oh, I've never worked in an art gallery. And then Trina would drink.
I didn't like any of it.
No.
I mean, it was all, and we're not supposed to.
Right. But I felt bad for Cameron. That's what I felt bad for because he honestly did not know that Trina had those types of feelings. Like he thought it was just an innocent and then they got over it and it was fine. So you could tell he was like, oh, Trina, I'm sorry. We said it was nothing. I don't know what else to say. And then you have Joss, who I think we said back when it all started should have been a better friend to kind of talk it through. But like that's his girlfriend now. So what's he supposed to say? I just felt bad for him. It felt sincere in that way.
Well, and Joss has always said sisters before misters.
Mm-hmm.
Yet she's passed out regardless of, she might have had too much to drink. And yes, they learned on that one night that you just have to sleep it off. I'm sorry. I am 39 years old. And if I have a friend who is that far gone, I'm not leaving them.
Right.
Even though she was upset, and she said, just leave me alone. We don't listen.
Mm-mm.
We're not going to leave you alone unless we know that you're okay. We are going to make sure that you have had some water.
Right.
We are going to make sure you're okay. We're not going to go have sex for the first time.
Right. Exactly. Like she would have at least said, look, I'll leave you alone, but can you unlock your door so that I know I can access you? And here I'll leave some bread and water outside your door, or crackers or something to help settle your stomach.
Right.
And that was that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm surprised that Spencer didn't go check on her.
Yeah.
He said he would, and Esme's like, she's sleeping. It's fine. I do think that his wheels are spinning.
Yes.
Because he did not want to leave. He didn't want to leave her.
Right.
But he did make a good point. He's like, she's all that I've had through very difficult situations. So she's his crutch.
Yes.
But yeah, I had a feeling when Esme smiled at the bed, she was going to be setting up a video camera for them. But now she set up her phone.
See, I thought.
So how did she call a car? Or did
she had bought a second phone. When they showed her outside of Kelly's and Trina came out and said, I'm going to the drugstore. Do you need anything? She had a second phone and the medication.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had like a box to like an iPhone or whatever. So that was the second phone.
I don't think iPhone wants that product placement.
Probably not. It was the box. I don't know what kind of boxes, to be honest, your phones come in. I just know what iPhones come in. So
they come in boxes also.
Is it white? Like, now you have to rewind and watch Friday's or Thursday's episode and see.
I mean, they come in different colored boxes. Sometimes it's white, sometimes it's black.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's just like one of those questions. Anyway, I had a box that was a phone. It wasn't, no, I'm going to defend myself because now you're laughing at me. You know how like when you go to Walmart, they have the prepaid phones?
Okay.
And it has
so
like
it was like a Go phone.
But that's not what it was. That's what I'm saying is a prepaid phone is like just in the cardboard box with like the front panel that you can see through.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cheaper looking phone.
It's like all in plastic.
Yes. This was a box like an iPhone would come in or like a name brand phone. So I don't know. Not that it matters what kind of phone it was, but yes, that's why you may not have noticed it wasn't like this is a phone unless you looked a second at the box.
Okay.
Yeah. I got all kind of hand motions going on here. Like I am going to explain this, darn it. Anyway, I thought she was going to drug, once she got into the conversation of making it sound like Cameron and Trina, I thought she was going to drug them so that it seemed like something happened between the two of them to upset Jocelyn. Because I feel like as much as
to get him rambling too.
Yeah.
To saying, yeah, I really liked you also. And okay.
Exactly. So that something happened between him and Trina, and then it would hurt Joss, because as much as she's jealous of the relationship between Trina and Spencer, which is why she went after Trina, I feel like she would dislike Joss even more, because Joss obviously is the one that keeps calling her out on her stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
Yep. Just wasn't a fan of how, and
I don't even understand.
For that to be Joss and Cam's first time, like, just, it felt
like she wouldn't do it then because her friend is in the other room upset, but I did like that they kept it PG-ish. It was not, it was a first time together scene, not a love scene. Because if she'd have had lacy undies on and we'd have seen her walking across the room and whatever, I would have been like, no, I don't want to watch this. I know that they showed teenage love scenes when we were teenagers,
but I still don't think they were like,
don't want it to be like that. Yeah, I just like that they didn't make it a sexy scene. It was, we moved the story along. Now we all know that they hooked up.
Yeah.
But
I still don't.
No. Even if it would have been, she checked on Trina, made sure she was okay, blah, blah, blah. And then they like woke up at 3 a.m. and it ended up happening. Okay. But to just be like, yeah, Trina's fine. Let's go to bed.
Right.
Just felt weird.
I 100% agree. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think. So I guess we can go. That's what it should be like in real life, too.
Reality check.
There you go.
We're not going to share about our intimate love lives.
No, the reality check for the week is not about grown-up time.
No.
I didn't have an exciting week. I spent hours at the hospital with Megan again because she keeps having the stomach pain and they keep saying it's IBS, but they cannot diagnose anything further than that. And she's crying and missing school and she's in so much pain and everything comes back fine. She's such an
active kid. Like she's involved in so many things. This cannot be.
Yeah, I'm just still plugging along to find the right doctors because there are no answers so far. She was funny though. They were checking, anything else that could be a cause of the stomach issues. So they did an ultrasound and she was like an ultrasound. And I'm like, well, you don't see anything if there's not a baby in there and there better not be a baby in there. So, but she thought it was neat to get to like see how they measure stuff and hear all the sounds and everything. So I'm going to pretend like it was a learning experience instead of she's just a nutcase because she is silly with the things that amaze her. But yeah, that was that. And then this weekend was Madeline's dance rehearsal before she goes off to competition. So I was trying to practice being a dance mom. I'm not good with girl hair. I don't know why I got 3 girls because I don't know how to do it.
Not a clue.
No? Okay. It was very specific. Like,
how many times have you seen me with?
Well, even just like a ponytail. I throw my hair in a ponytail. This is
it.
Gel, hairspray, bobby pins, make sure that if it's up ponytail, there's no lines, and use gel and slick it back and blah, blah, blah. And then they wanted it curled. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to curl hair. I'm just awful with this. So even without being in jail, we need a full-time stylist in our house to help me.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. No worries.
So what was your week?
So 2 of my friends are both pregnant, but they're not significantly younger than me. I'm not used to having younger friends. Like, when I was in my 20s, I had friends in their 50s. So it's like the fact that I have a friend who's 30 and 32.
Now we're the old friends. It makes you feel like crap.
Oh no, just wait. They sent me a TikTok so they're both pregnant right now and they're due a month apart. And it said, if you're pregnant in 2022, this is the year your kid will. And when their children can drive, I will legally be a senior citizen.
Oh my gosh. That was not very nice of them to send to you.
They did not say that.
Yeah, right.
I watched it and said, oh my gosh, when your kids can drive, I will legally be a senior citizen.
Wow.
So that was my reality check for the week.
Not a fun
that I'm getting up there.
Yeah, I'm the same with you that I was always the baby. Even with my older friends, I was still always the baby. Like the girls that I go to Deep Creek with, there's now one that's younger than me. But for all the first years, I was the baby. Yeah. And it was like a running joke of they would talk about stuff that happened in the 80s because they were teens. And I'm like, I don't know that because I was just born in 1980. And now, yeah. Madeline was impressed the other day. like shocked that I was born in 1980 and Matt was born in 1998 because anything pre-2000 is like beyond her. And so why are Matt and I not closer in age if we're both born back in the 90s something?
Right.
And I'm like, shut up. No.
But yeah, that was, I mean, yeah. But then I did a real estate agent safety course and
You did so good.
we did. So it was kind of like a 3-part. We sat through a presentation talking more about like situational awareness because people don't realize what an actual risk we put ourselves in.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very big safety. People think we just do like push in signs and sign papers. Nope. But so went through like situational awareness situations.
That's
For lack of, but you know, like,
right.
drills, I guess. And then did a little bit of physical defense. And then it was held at a shooting range. And so we went to the range and shot. Now I grew up doing archery. Like I used to do old school archery forever and ever. Up at my family's cabin, I had
Old school, like you whittled your own.
no. But I didn't always have a compound bow.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was like, but that's how I grew up, was doing that. And when I was either 12 or 13, I shot guns like a little bit, but I mean, the adults loaded them like, and I have not shot since then. But I did do really well.
You did. You did really well. You showed me your paper and you did gold star for Shannon.
Yay. It was educational, but it was a good time. So looking forward to doing that again.
There you go.
Appropriately.
Yes.
But it was really good. It's nice when we focus on stuff like that. But, yeah, that's really all that I did this week. That's not all I did this week. We had 3 snow delays. My daughter wound up not actually having school on Friday because the district canceled, which means they cancel her transportation, even though her school's still in session. So,
yeah, it was a difficult week.
Yes, but that's really all.
Okay.
Join us on Thursday as we have a fan spotlight where we chat with Holly. And I'm going to mispronounce her last name again. I think it's Durdell, and I'm so sorry. She's going to say
that's right.
Okay. I keep meaning to check
She
before
said it at the beginning of the interview, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
Okay. So we're going to be talking to Holly on Thursday.
Have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.